Hello guys, in this video we will be looking into how we can create complex buildings using some very simple modifying tools in 3ds Max. So let's go into our create tab and we'll create a plane. This is where our buildings will be sitting on. You're more than welcome to change the size and the length and the width of the plane if at any stage. So if your buildings are too big or too small and it doesn't fit in the grid, you can always change the sizing of this. So let's create a few boxes. Alright, and then I can create some small ones that could be some surrounding buildings. Alright, maybe one here. Okay, so we can think of these four big ones as our big towers that we can now edit and make it into some complex shapes. So let's start with one of the buildings. So for this one, I would like to use the edit poly command. Now this is a very powerful tool which can help you create shapes make it into a unique form from just a box shape. So we'll use the vertex in this one, and this allows us to choose points within our box. You're able to choose multiple points as well using the shift command. And you can simply just drag and put it in a place that you would like it to. You can also just pick one and just drag it bottom up, left, right. It's just a very free-form command tool which lets you do pretty much anything with the points. So let's maybe grab a few more points and let's do that again. So once you have selected the points as well, it turns red, and that's when you know the selection has been made. So I've got these 8 points right now that are being selected. So they all move at the same time and in the same direction. So let's do that. And maybe we can pull some more. And like this, maybe we can bring it out a little bit. Let's make this one come down. So just, you can honestly just try everything that you'd like to achieve in terms of building. Alright, so let's finish that one here. So that's our first building, for example. So this is our first building. Now let's try something else with the other 3. So let's start with this one. We can change our segments as well if you are not happy with the amount of segments we've got in the box. With this one, it looks okay. Maybe we can change this to, let's make that 5. Let's change the length to maybe 4. Alright, so now we will go into edit poly again. And this time we will do polygon. So this lets you pick faces. So you're able to move them instead of taking the vertex points from each building, you're able to take the phases instead. So this could be a good lookout point, for example. And then we can maybe get some more and extend it out, and maybe we can create a little dent in our building. Let's do a bit more on this side. Let's try creating a little hole here, and let's do something here as well. Alright, perfect. So that's one of our other buildings. Now let's try to use a new command. So maybe let's take this one. For this box, we will use the taper command. And you're able to taper this building. Let's make this one. And that happens. You're also able to change the curvings. So it kind of blows up if you make it bigger, or if you go in the negative direction, it squeezes it. Alright, so you're also able to change the axis the taper is occurring and the effects of the taper. I kind of like this, it works well. We can also change, once this has happened, let's try to change this to, maybe we can add edit poly again. And let's go back to polygon. And let's maybe create a little bridge on this end. So you can hold and press shift and just let go of it until it's out of the box, and you make a little box, a little opening in the space. You can also do that at the very top as well if you would like a void. So let's take these two and press shift and hold the blue button and bring it down. And let's look at it. Yep, so you can see that we've created a hole. Let's do it on this side as well so we can have multiple viewing points. Press shift again and you just drag it out. There we go. So that's one other option that you can do. With our last box, let's get out of this first. Let's select our first box and maybe we'll change the segments a little bit here as well. I think it's this one. No, just make that 5 again. Let's go on our width. Let's make it into 3. And maybe for our, let's make the length and the height a bit higher. Make it 8 to 8. Alright, so for this one, we'll start with edit poly again. Let's try to create a bridge in this building. So we'll take this, press shift, get rid of this one. Let's maybe grab another one and get rid of that too. And now we have a hole. And let's maybe just do another one. Oh, press shift and then drag. And then to create a bridge, you go down into edit poly section, and in the bridge you can go in the settings and just simply choose the areas you'd like to connect. So to do that, press one of the facing, and where you would like the bridge to connect, press Ctrl and click, and it does that for you. You can always change the settings as well of the bridge. I would like to keep it quite simple, so I'll just work with that and press OK. And we've got a little bridge here. Now, let's go into the modifier panel again and we'll smooth this building out a little bit more. So to do that, we will use the command turbo smooth. And that, as you can see, automatically smooths out our geometry. If you would like to make this geometry a bit more smoother, you can increase the iterations. So for example, we can make it 2 or 3. I would recommend not going further than 3, because the detailing of the mesh can get quite heavy for the file and it could make your computer quite heavy and therefore lagging when modeling in 3ds Max. Alright, let's keep it to 2 for now. And we can maybe create a few holes. Let's go back into our edit poly and let's enable this one so we can do some changes with our poly first. Let's maybe get rid of these holes. So shift and hold. There you go. And when we do poly, you can see we've got some nice little voids in our model. And this is how you can do some complex modeling using some very easy tools using in the modifier list in 3ds Max. Thank you so much, and in the next video we'll be looking into how we can use this model to create a sun analysis. Thank you.